Hi, I'm Nelson Fesses with Spill Juice BMX in Austin, Texas. Thanks for joining us to view this technical and installation video of the Suicide RollerPeg. I'm going to be showing you the individual components that go into the Suicide Peg and the tools and procedures necessary for the installation on the average BMX bike. Then we're going to take you outside and show you some close-up shots of the pegs rolling on your typical steel rails or concrete ledges. Let's have a look. Here we see the various components of the Suicide RollerPeg. They consist of the roller body housing, the lug nut, which is available in 14mm axle, 3/8 axle, or 3/8 bolt, a sealed roller bearing, an inner bearing spacer, a second sealed roller bearing, the dropout spacer, and the retaining snap ring. These components are assembled in the following order within the roller body housing. The first bearing is pressed deep into the roller body housing. That's then followed by the inner bearing spacer, and then the second sealed bearing is pressed into the roller body housing. This assembly forms what we call the bearing stack. The retaining snap ring will make sure everything stays together. The dropout spacer will be installed later. Once the bearing stack has been press fit into the roller body housing, it will have a fairly snug feel. This allows for braking in the bearing and a long durable life. Over time, the bearings can be replaced with our rebuild kit. This assures the greatest value from your investment in the Suicide RollerPeg. Alright, now we get to the good part, which is actually installing the Suicide RollerPeg onto your bike. And that's pretty easy to do. All it takes is one tool, a standard 3/4 inch deep well socket or 19mm mounted on a typical ratchet. In your package, you're going to receive three basic components. The roller body housing with the bearings press fit for you. You're going to receive a lug nut to fit your size axle, which you drop down into the end of that peg, and a dropout spacer. The small end goes in against the bearing. We put our socket onto the end of that lug nut, and we come over here and we simply thread it onto your axle. Make sure we get it good and tight. And now we're ready to go out and do some grinding. Next, we're going to take you outdoors where you can see some close-up shots of the peg actually rolling on some steel handrails and some concrete ledges. Let's go have a look. Here we have a close-up view of the Suicide RollerPeg at the point of contact. The bicycle does not have a rider on it. What we've done is place it onto a handrail where we can slowly roll it along so you can see what happens as the peg is moving along on the handrail. Here we have a close-up view of the Suicide RollerPeg at the point of contact. We have the bicycle placed on a concrete ledge and the rider is not on the bicycle. What we're doing is moving it along slowly so you can clearly see what is happening as the peg rolls along. Don't try that with another aluminum peg.